day. Timeout lengths. Oh, nobody does all that on my channel. I'm not part of that world, giving people timeouts. Look, a dance filter. Oh, look, dream. Oh, I see it's a dream. Glamour. Glamour means blurry. 8mm. Uh-oh, I look like I'm at a crime scene. Documentary. Uh-oh, that's not nice. Blush. That's unconvincing. You know what it is about YouTube Live? You don't look nearly as cute as you look on YouTube Live. Like YouTube Live, you look A1. But YouTube just wants you to do a lot before you get on here. But in any case, we have the lip bar. Quick Draw 2-in-1 Brow Gel and Pencil. What is the shade name? The shade name, I think, is Highbrow. What color is Highbrow? I really can't say. But we do have somewhere, or we had a tiny little mirror. We have a couple of compacts. We just want to try this particular makeup so that we can see what's up. Where did I put it? I know we don't have a mirror in this palette. No, we do not. Sometimes I'm too, what is the word? Organized for myself. But yeah, do you have an opinion about Elon Musk, who seems to have been getting up to some curious financial things to the tune of the SEC wanting very badly to talk to him for the last 6 months, and he don't want to be in a discussion. He gonna duck and dodge. He wants to just play it off like he doesn't have to go. Subpoena, lawyers are saying he wrote a book. You can find all the answers to your questions in his book. Wow. Imagine you or I do that. Subpoena? Oh, we don't have to respond to a subpoena. We can just play it off like, oh, that. I'm too busy. I'm too busy flying to outer space. I'm too busy being international. I'm just too busy, you know, and acting like you're some genius with real degrees that you earned when we know that's not the case. Just seems to be a lot of tolerance, a lot more tolerance than you or I would get. And then we have our friend, Mr. P. Diddy Sean Love Combs, and he has been up to some stuff, baby. If the gentleman they have nabbed for allegedly unaliving Mr. Tupac in Las Vegas is to be believed, then he was hired by our gentleman friend to do the deed, right? That older alleged gang member who said, oh, I was over there and I did that. Oh, this is very nice. It's a brow gel in a slightly paler shade than our brows. And it comes with a brow pencil in that very sophisticated triangle shape. So let's see what it's giving. We do have a bit of a bounce here to assist with reflecting light back into our face. This may not be the very best lighting setup, but listen, we're here to talk business. We're here to talk about Sean Combs, public enemy #1, public menace #1, allegedly, or is it Elon Musk who has been up to things? So we just want to give ourselves a little bit more brow at the head of our brows, a little bit more arch. This is a nice product. It's not too soft. It's going to give you hair-like strokes and then allow me to cheat my way into an impression of a longer brow. That's really, I have a lot of brow, but I don't have as much brow here and as much brow here as I like. Yes, this is my Barbie mirror from Revlon. What's up with our friends at Revlon? They were kind of in a bankruptcy place. Did they get out of that pickle? Oh, it's nice because you can put it up and you can retract it. Not, I spoke too soon. I guess you can retract it, but then it fell out. I'm gonna have to stick it back in. Did I break it by doing that? Unclear. Well, we can only use this in its upright. You can't. It just jumps out when you try to retract it. Now we know. So once it's in, it's in. I don't know if we can stick it back together or what, but twisting it the other way is not gonna be a plus. This is the color Highbrow, slightly paler than our own brows. We never want to use a darker brow pencil or gel than our own brows because then you're gonna look insane. So just back combing a bit of this into the brows. It is a gel, it does have color, and it just allows you to darken and stiffen up your brows, right? You drew on that extra bit of arch. You drew on the extra at the beginning of your brow. It's nice. It doesn't cling on to your skin and lift your complexion products. That may have been a little aggressive. But yeah, we can do it on the other side and twist our brush. I don't even know if we need to add more product, but I'm very pleased. This is the Lip Bar, which is a Black owned brand. I don't know if it's a Black woman owned brand. I don't want to assume. There's so many entrepreneurs that are men in the beauty space. I don't want to just assume because it's cosmetics that it's a woman owned company. I know you're like, Tanya, you should do your research. You're on YouTube, stunting and fronting. You should know these answers, and I'm going to try to know those answers next time. But this is a very sturdy product. It's made with that nice triangle shape in the brow pencil. The color is quite convincing. Just looking into my own mirror in real life, you know, I may have been a little aggressive with the arch on the side, but I can just tap that out to take out any suspicious shapes on the skin. But the color is right and the gel is nice. I'd be interested in seeing whether it lasts during, you know, dancing or hot weather, but it definitely gives you lift and it gives you some of what you want from a product like this, right? Lift, some grooming, some depth. We're just wearing lip liner and then we have some lip color just in the interior of our mouth. But, you know, Mr. Elon Musk has been empowered to get away with a lot of things, including taking credit for creating things and work and companies that he did not create. So I think what the SEC wants to know about are possible shenanigans connected to a certain moment in time when Elon Musk purchased Twitter, now known as X, right? Why would you change the name of your social media platform to something as powerful but yet generic as X? X has a lot of meanings and uses across the internet. Now everyone is forced to say Twitter, formerly known as X. I get it. That's his favorite word. It's his favorite name. But as a business, did he purchase Twitter to help Twitter or for another reason? Did he purchase Twitter to perhaps take Twitter from its highest highs to its lowest lows? Because I think that any user, any avid, you know, financial person who has an interest in assets and businesses can see that today's Twitter is not the Twitter that it once was. And it's not like there's been some helpful stewardship. There has, in fact, been a lot of suspicious stewardship. And if there was something suspicious, right? Securities and Exchange Commission is always going to care about the notion of, did you purchase and move assets into owning this particular company or entity? Was it shenanigans with stocks? Was it shenanigans that had to do with when the company was purchased and what resources it was purchased with? It seemed like the article that I read suggested that there were questions about when and to whom the resources and assets were moved. And that maybe it wasn't all above board. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but you know, as a Twitter user and just listening to the experiences of people around the world who, you know, relied on it for sharing transit information, cutting edge news of the day, it certainly has shrunken from those very lofty purposes in a suspicious way. There are suggestions that maybe that was intentional. Who can say? And then our friend Diddy certainly did seem to benefit from the disappearance of certain people from the hip-hop scene, right? Suddenly his artists were more prominent. His own artistry became more prominent. As you know, I like to use a leather high-end eyeglass case to house my travel makeup because it closes and opens so securely. That lip bar product is right there, tucked inside, right? The brown one is for eyes and brows. Then I have another one that is Ralph Lauren, and this one has lips and highlighter. We're gonna have to take some stuff out of it so that we can close it securely. But lip liners, have a bunch of these Revolution highlighters, and I have a bunch of, what do you call it? Concealers. I know that the one that's light is too light. And we haven't tried porcelain or medium yet, so light, you're gonna have to stay here with the Halloween makeup. Maybe we'll try a little Halloween makeup before we get to the gym. We have a NYX Control Freak for the brows. I've been combining these two Milani shades for contour. Well, a Milani shade in Toffee 03, and then the e.l.f. Halo Glow Fair Light, which is a gray. Mixing these two to contour, and that's worked out really well. Love that. This is my favorite cheapy concealer, which is LA Colors from the dollar store in the shade Natural. I know I have a matching powder. I can't find it. So far I have the tan and the beige shades, which are okay, but not as good as Natural. You know, trial and error. You can't know before you get hold of the products what will work best. But, you know, if you can take a moment. I also have a travel size of the Cafe au Lait NARS. I do believe I used this today and it was fine. Cafe au Lait, which I believe is a warm shade. I can't be sure. But you know, we try to refine and think about and reconsider all of our products as we, you know, get back into the swing of the workplace, right? Now that the writer's strike is over here in Cali, and then just thinking about small additions, right? Keeping our travel mirror handy, keeping our brow products, you know, giving ourselves some options for brows, but also when you can, nabbing these leather eyeglass or sunglass cases from your boyfriend because they snap securely closed. They're not going to spill in your purse. And once they're open, then you have a nice base for conducting your makeup and you don't have to dig down into a pouch, right? Just the open clamshell. If I were going to design something like this, it would be the same open and close, but bigger compartment so that you can say, these are complexion, these are eyes and lips. But this is what we're working with. We got hold of, I was looking for this yesterday because I had a filet mignon wrapped in bacon. I've just been feeling famished for days. Eating this, eating that, eating chicken, whatever. But only when I had a steak last night did I feel like I had consumed enough power pellets to feel okay, and I was looking for something to spice it with. I forgot that this was on the dining table. Thundering Longhorn brisket and burgers. This is not for our vegan friends, but it has salt, spices including black pepper, chili pepper, cumin, and oregano, garlic, coffee, and not more than 2% tricalcium phosphate to prevent caking. Fire and smoke. If you like a West Texas chili, then the coffee, or in some cases cocoa, can give you that flavor and mouthfeel. Let's see. We were going to get into a little bit of our practice for gangster clown makeup. And we pulled out one of our, oh, I did get these cinnamon brooms today when I was out doing errands. I figured I'd put one in the car for that holiday feel. Scented broom from Vietnam. Scented broom from Vietnam. I wonder if this is made with actual cinnamon or if they just cinnamon scent the broom. Love these. They have the long ones as well, but I thought those would be cute and seasonal for the car. This is a beam pink highlighter, but we also have one of these super basic Halloween makeup kits, and I thought it might be clever just to practice our gangster clown look. Gangster clown is a very iconic kind of tattoo image that you see in a lot of different graphic designs, whether it's a t-shirt or a tattoo, etc., right? These are these little cheap Happy Halloween makeup kits. I've been looking with interest. These are soap and water washable. You know, a lot of these products that like Wet n Wild comes out with, but I've been trying to figure out like what's the right gangster clown makeup. What's the right size of, you know, enough gesture to make it look clowny, but not too broad and not, you know, something that's going to look too, you know, just too clowny. You want to look gangstery, but you don't want to look a wreck, especially if you've done your makeup before applying this makeup, right? But a little triangle, right? Gives you that devil feel. And then some kind of like a harlequin, some kind of little shape. I find like it's probably better to keep the shape and the gesture a little bit small on the lower part of the face. And we know we're just playing with this because it's inexpensive and it's not going to give you like crisp, sharp lines, but it does allow you to practice with your, what's the appropriate like skeleton type nose that you want to get on your face. That'll kind of look like the holes that the skeleton has after they become skeletons. A little shape on the chin, right? Are we in the clown place? I finally figured out what the line across the face is. It's like you're wearing a mask, right? So it doesn't have to be straight, but it just needs to dance across the face to the nose, right? And then from here, you can get into some red, and there's quite a bit of crayon to these little crayons. They have the little gold paint, but again, it's like you might be tempted to just draw on big old giant clown lips, and I'd done that and it made my lips look like I was Amanda Lepore, the famous drag queen, and I felt like, maybe not. I felt like these little lifted lines from the mouth, some people do that with their real makeup. But essentially respecting the mouth, but not like going and getting immediately into some big old clown mouth because you've already invested in a lot of like makeup and shape on the face. Just to be different, let's outline the mouth in green instead of black. And you could also use another, like a sharp brush, if you wanted to, again, be more precise with this and not as kind of kiddie makeup, but you know, again, we're just working out concepts before the fact. And I've seen some really beautiful makeup where people kind of created the bandana paisley patterns inside their clown elements and even making their whole lower face look like a bandana. Really, really beautiful work that I assume was done freehand. It could have been photoshopped after the fact, but you know, filling in your clown triangles, it might be better to do the white part before the black, just so you don't get bleed. But yeah, gangster clown. Do you think Elon Musk is a gangster clown? He certainly is aggressive about making it seem like he is a scholar and a scientist and everything that he is not. And he's been called out for that. But still, I think people got fooled into paying top dollar and ordering those cars that don't have the range that was promised. Is this crayon full or is this just a lie? There seems to be like an empty part in this crayon. I won't pull it open, but if that's true, that they shortchanged us on the crayon, knowing that it's going to be like a single purchase for Halloween, then that's kind of, yeah. Yep, it's squeezing out. I guess I can't squeeze these too hard, but you know. It's taken a while to get to the bottom of what Mr. Elon has pretended he did and figure out what he actually did. Oh dear. This crayon is like, I guess the longer I hold it, the more I guess it's just melting in the wrapper and becoming hard to deal with. Yeah, I mean, these are built for single use, single makeup, but you know, you get the point, right? White, a little green. Maybe you're doing, oof, Joker makeup. Egads, now I'm making a mess all over my fingers. So disappointing. Dollar store, how could you do it to me? I guess I can't hold these that long, but maybe if I stick it back in the wrapper and it gets back to room temperature, oof, it'll be okay. Right? The impulse is great to then just start smearing makeup all over the face. But yeah, Diddy did something, you know, again, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of people making accusations. There's a lot of people confessing to high crimes and bringing his name into the mix. Is that for no good reason? Can it be that he didn't do nothing, as Doja Cat would say? Or are we, nearly 30 years after the fact, stumbling into actual information about what Homeboy did, right? He was allowed to, you know, run and play and act innocent for decades and profit from an adjustment to the competitive landscape that can be achieved if you adjust the lifespan of your competitors, right? If what he's being accused of is the case, I certainly hope that we're going to figure that out between investigations and court. And it's interesting to hear some of the retired detectives from Vegas speaking with interest about the possibilities of the renewed set of accusations. I don't know how the investigation is working exactly, but you know, justice for Tupac and justice for Biggie too. You know, I don't think it's okay for anyone to deprive people of their life, liberty, or happiness and then just run off into the sunset like, oh, you didn't catch me, so that makes it okay. It doesn't make it okay. It just means that the wheels of justice sometimes turn slow. Similarly, right? Whether it's our friend Elon Musk or that crypto guy with the 3 names, like they finally are trying to do something about these characters and they want to, you know, whine and cry and deny it. Little teardrop that gives us gangster, little lightning bolt in green that's giving a little Harry Potter. Why? Because we can. Why? Gangster clown, right? Does anyone who commits crimes in the public sphere and then ducks and dodges and denies it, ducks the SEC, ducks the Las Vegas detectives and police for decades after, if not committing the crime allegedly himself, then ordering the crime to be conducted allegedly on his behalf? Does that make you both a gangster and a clown? I say yes, right? Just like the little pirate and cat, and I guess that's either a fairy or something in these photos that are on the cover of this Halloween makeup kit. I think for $1 or so, this is a worthy product. Just either wrap it in something or know that your body heat is going to make the little crayons fall apart. I'd be curious to know how well this lasts. You can, of course, add a setting spray or set it with powder. Powder in similar colors would probably also give your makeup more staying power, right? But if you go drinking or go to a party and move around, this makeup is going to end up on your shirt. It just feels so soft and so much like crayon, but I don't think we did a bad job. Do you? Gangster clown. Is Elon Musk a gangster clown? Is P. Diddy Sean Combs, Puffy Puff Daddy, a gangster or a clown? Are they going to be charged with something, or is this just talk? Is this just a play act in the service of making the regular citizenry feel like there's some kind of like justice process happening, when in fact there may not be any process or any end to this set of investigations? We shall see. I mean, I'm certainly happy to add my voice to the mix, calling for looking into it, right? If you're not creating true value in the capitalistic sense, if you're not succeeding because you're good, you're succeeding because you're, you know, taking advantage or undermining or unaliving the competition, which is what has been suggested, then that's not good. I know there's a culture of whatever you can get away with, but is that ultimately what it should be? Or should there be a process to correct people who go further than what is actually okay? And I can't wait to see what the actual case is with either of these gentlemen, because again, where there's smoke, there's bound to be fire. These investigations, decades after the fact, people talking. I thought when you paid someone to do crime, they had to keep their mouths shut, especially if they're in a actual known set or a gang. Like, I thought part of the deal was, shh, but I guess not. And the SEC is not bound to respect any secrecy with respect to Mr. Elon Musk. So if it ain't nothing, just answer their questions. Oh, it's in the book? I'm sure what's in the book is, you know, Amber Heard and tales of glamour and this and that. It's not going to be a discussion of hair plugs and embarrassing, you know, divorces and debauchery that other people have mentioned and discussed, right? It's only going to be the most sanitized, flattering version of events that will help him. What did Azealia Banks say? Help him when he's desperate for investors, people to pay for degrees, and cover up for the lack of expertise, in my humble opinion. But anyway, thank you for joining me on my live. Football season is here. Spooky season is here. I encourage you to work on your costume, your makeup, your fit for the big holiday. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, or Columbus Day if you're an old school person, right? For the second Monday in October. And I will see you next time here on House of Tanya. Next time.